got it.
Okay.
All right. So we are. It says recording. Yes, it says recording. Cool. All right. And I'm gonna completely wing this intro. Here we go.
Do it. I believe in you.
I believe in me too. Outtakes. Here we go. Hello, everybody. Willie Peyton Print here, and I'm speaking on behalf of Nococon, doing a podcast with fellow maker and fellow enthusiast Mike from Props to History. How you doing,
Hello,
Mike?
Will. I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. Getting through the day like always.
Yeah, sounds familiar.
um, so I'm gonna start off and let's say how let's try that again. Fuck's sake!
It's what editing is for, buddy.
I know, I know, I
Don't beat
know.
yourself up.
All right.
The best suggestion that I've ever gotten about when you fuck up is just stop, count to three in your head, and then start again.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm probably doing. All right, let's start one more time when we go through one more time, and I apologize. This is actually my first podcast, so I'm happy it's with you at least.
Yeah, I believe in you. You're good. I mean that. That's not a platitude. I believe you can do this.
I know, I could probably do this.
No, no. There is no try. There is only do, motherfucker. So
I
that's obviously not for broadcast.
listen, all right. If you are you going to go ahead and jump on my backs and say that too, and have me do some flips and jumps?
Only if you ask nice.
That's it.
That's it. We're done. That's the whole thing. And cut.
Cut the check.
Yeah.
All right. Hello, everybody. Willie Peyton Print here, and I am here on behalf of Nococon with Mike from Props to History. How's it going, Mike?
It's going good, buddy. How you doing?
Good, good, good. Mike here is a fellow enthusiast, fellow maker, and in the movie and television industry, and he's doing a wonderful job with all of them, I have to say. I follow on Instagram and everything.
Well, thank you very much. Right now, there isn't much of an industry because of the strike, of course.
Hmm.
But I did actually just move out to Los Angeles. I'm actually recording this from my very empty apartment I just moved into. So it's LA. LA still has that new city smell, which
Uh,
is terrible, as you'd imagine.
oh, you know what? Maybe you should bottle up, make candles of it, and sell it at the con.
That'd be terrible. I'm not Gwyneth Paltrow.
So, with all those accomplishments and everything you've achieved throughout your industry, what got you started with everything?
I actually got started because of social media. I had been a prop replicator, one of those people that made replica props because they liked movie props,
Hmm.
which goes all the way back to when I was a kid, started as a model maker, and then discovered how movie models, filming models were made, and that eventually progressed into making hand props. And a gentleman by the name of John, a prop master here in the industry, sent me a message one day and said, "Hey, I'm working on a TV show called Magnum PI. We want to make stuff for the show." And that started it. I went from Magnum PI to the Paramount film Babylon with Brad Pitt and Margot Robbie, to The Shy, which was a TV show that was filmed in Chicago where I lived at the time, and then Paper Girls and Disney's Saturdays, which was a kids show. And I had a bunch of other stuff lined up, including a good, strong possibility of working on a show that was about things that are strange. I'll put it that way. And then the strike, and that all came to an end. And so now I've moved out to Los Angeles because of another opportunity that presented itself that I can't talk about just yet. And then as soon as I got out here, another opportunity presented itself that I can't talk about just yet. But we're hopeful that maybe by the time of Nococon going on, the industry will have restarted and we'll all be back to work, and all of my colleagues and friends will be back to work and making movie magic again.
And I've been sitting there with you guys and having support. I have a lot of friends who are also in the industry, as you're aware. I was a scenic constructor and also prop enthusiast for certain, like for example, Hansel and Gretel and other industries. So I'm very happy that you're involved, and I'm excited to hear what you talk about. Quite frankly,
Yeah.
what I mean with with transporting and moving all over the place, I mean, what's driving you to take these extra steps, take these leaps forward into the industry like you are?
Um, I have my entire adult life refused to not take chances because I was always cautioned as a child, don't do that, it's risky, don't do that, it's risky, don't do that, it's risky. And yes, this attitude of mine, this mindset has blown up in my face spectacularly, but I refuse to not take a chance. And the industry is about to restart one way or the other. I've been wanting to move to LA, my wife and I both, for well over a year. And an opportunity presented itself to make the move in a safe and stable way, which is weird in the current uh, market that is the film industry. And I have to do it. I have to try
Yep.
because I know that if I don't try, I'll regret it. And I refuse to let the possibility of risk stop me from taking the risk. And I know that it's, when we first started thinking about doing this, it was a big question mark. Can this work? Can we be successful in the film industry in California? Is that feasible? And then my first week in LA, once people found out I'd moved here, that answered that question thoroughly. So once everything restarts, I don't think I'm going to have any issues whatsoever. And I'd love to tell everybody why, but because of the nature of the film industry, I can't.
It's, with NDAs and everything, you definitely have to be careful. I mean, in the
Mhm.
industry that I'm currently in with engineering, believe me, I can understand that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But and yeah, any end goal with everything, or I mean, I know you can't share of what productions,
Mhm.
but do you have an end goal with everything that you have lined up?
I do have an end goal, and that end goal is in sight, and it's covered by NDA.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So if anybody who follows my social media probably knows what I'm talking about, or at least has some idea of what I'm talking about, and it's very much a real possibility at this stage, and it's part of the reason that I'm out here. And but unfortunately, you know, the nature of my work, I can't talk about what I've done for
Hmm.
like a year most of the time.
Yep.
So
Yep.
it is what it is, and I don't need the reputation of somebody who talks outside of NDAs. So I just I just tell everybody stay tuned and hope for the best.
Yep. You have to be careful regarding those type of things.
Hmm.
It's very serious because it can make or break a career. So
It can, and mine is
it's
still very much in its infancy.
yep.
Despite all I've done, I was well established in Chicago, and well established in other parts of the country, and I'm fairly well established in LA, but I'm still the new boy, I'm
Hmm.
still the new guy out here in LA. So I have to establish myself and show that I'm trustworthy, that I'm dependable, that I can do the job out here in, quite frankly, the home of the entertainment industry.
Yeah. The entertainment industry, it's interesting, especially when it comes to productions and everything, because it's like
It is.
speaking in behalf. I mean, when I was in it myself, it's again, you could be part of one production and you're moving on straight on to the next, and it's all about your reputation, and you
Yeah,
have to
it's.
uphold that reputation.
I was told once that it is important who you know, but what's more important is who knows you.
Exactly. Yep.
And your reputation is everything because so much is word of mouth in this game. And I've been very fortunate that I've built a very strong reputation within the film industry as someone who is an advocate for the film industry and an advocate for the prop community and the special effects community, which is what I want to work in anyway and have done for the last couple of years. And I can only hope that the very good fortune that I've experienced in the last 2 years continues.
Now, if you were able to say to yourself 10 years ago, would you think you yourself would believe where you are today?
No, absolutely not. I would 10 years ago I would have thought that I'd still be working as an aircraft mechanic, which is what I did for 17 years before this. I would have thought that that's what I would be doing, and I would be approaching, retirement or thinking about retirement or something like that. I would have never thought that I would have been able to fulfill the dream of 9-year-old. Props to history. That I could work in the film industry, and but because of social media, because of the extreme reach and power of social media, I got noticed by the right people, and I'm fully aware that I won the luck of the draw. I really did, and there are people that strive and strive and strive and work so hard for years and I don't get to experience the things that I've been able to experience. And I'm fully aware of how fortunate I am, and I do not take this for granted in the slightest. And I just I count my stars, so to speak,
Hmm.
over what I've been able to experience and the doors that have been opened for me by the people that have opened them for me. And those are things that I will not forget ever. But yeah, it's no, I would not have thought I'd be here 10 years ago.
It's it's
Ten
admirable how
years
hard.
ago, I'd have gone. 10 years ago, I'd have thought L.A. gross, ew. But you know, I've in the last 3 years, I have spent of the last 3 years, I've spent 13 months of those 3 years here in Los Angeles for various reasons. Um, Hundreds of flights back and forth from Chicago, in Indiana originally, and then Chicago, um, back and forth to LA. So when I say the new city smell of LA, it's kind of a joke because the city's not really new to me.
Hmm.
I've spent so much time here at this point that it's just kind of like, oh yeah, I'm back. But this time I'm not actually leaving.
I'm still waiting on the LA scented candles or essential oils. Or we.
You don't, you really don't want that. I can assure you. LA has its good points, but it also has its not good points.
Aside from Nococon, where what's cool? What do you got? Any other plans for any events that are coming up?
Yes, I will be at Dragon Con. I have quite a few panels at Dragon Con. I'll be at Bay Area Maker Faire in October, and I think a couple of other cons. I'm working an angle to possibly be at Star Wars Celebration in Tokyo next year as well,
Ooh.
and possibly OzCon in Australia. So I'm working those angles to see if I can make that happen. I don't know if it's going to, but I'm going to try because I'd like to go to Star Wars Celebration in Tokyo.
Yeah, that would be a lot of fun. I've never been outside of the
Yes, it would.
states in that way, but I definitely would love to experience another con because I feel like they're
You
just
should,
outside. Go ahead.
yeah, you should try it. I've been to cons in 3 different countries besides the United States, Canada, Germany, and France. And I'd love to go to a con in Japan because they have, different cultural norms, which I'd like to see those played out at a con
Hmm.
because every culture is different. So it'd be interesting to see how a con goes in Japan, and also just to go to Japan to experience Japan because I've never been there. So, and the same with Australia because I've not been to Australia. I'd love to see the culture of Australia and see how cons work in Australia.
Yeah, that's something I've always wanted to do is travel and experience Australia. I actually got a lot of friends in Australia, so I've been dying to do
Weirdly, I do too. I have a
it.
lot of people that follow me that are in Australia, so that'd be fun. And the best thing you can do when you go to another country is make friends with locals, and then have them take you around and show you the
Oh
town.
yeah,
You know,
I did that for
because they
our.
know the spots that the tourists don't, and that's where you want to go.
I did that when during my honeymoon. What I did was when we went to Bermuda, I was like, all right, I don't want to know what these people are doing. I want you to take me somewhere. And I hopped on a small little bus somewhere. They took me out into the center of the island. I couldn't see the ship anymore, and yeah, I was thought I was gonna lose my kidney. But I'm gonna tell you this: best best food I've ever had, cleanest beach I've ever been to. It was amazing.
Oh, that's
So,
awesome.
but so Mike, I think it's about time that we should wrap up and everything, though.
Okay.
Is there anything we can anywhere people can find you?
Yeah, I'm a one trick pony. So any social media platform that you can think of, it's at props to history. I have a lot of very exciting long form content that's going to be released only on YouTube. And then other stuff that's only going to be released on Patreon, which is at props to history as well. I have a lot of behind the scenes and exclusive stuff from different things I've done. I've been working with folks from Antiques Roadshow, and of course, Adam Savage is tested. So there's quite a bit coming down the pike. Some of it involves an aircraft carrier, and some of it doesn't. So I'll just leave it at that. And when I say aircraft carrier, I mean a real aircraft carrier.
Yeah.
So yeah. So, but yeah, follow me anywhere on at props to history on any social media account that you can think of. If it exists, I probably at least own the channel name.
Well, Mike, it was a pleasure having you here. It was nice talking to you. I look forward to meeting you again at the con. I mean,
We've already met.
I
We
know.
know each other rather well,
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
think, at this point. Yeah, no,
yeah.
I mean, we did a competition together against each other.
True, true. Yes, we did. I don't. I mean,
Mhm.
I don't know who the winner was, but in my notes over here, but
Oh,
it's.
that was me. That was
Oh, what?
me, Will.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
you were, I think you lost that.
oh, all right. Well, listen, everybody. All right. When Mike and his lies will take part at that. All right.
Yes, my lies. Yes.
But no, I can confirm Mike did win the crafting challenge, and this year he's going to be going up of Max. I don't remember Max's last
Yes.
name. I don't know.
Max Max Randolph Studios. Easily, he's a very good friend of mine. Also lives here in California. He is a blacksmith. He is an artist. He is an absolutely wonderful human being. He's one of the kindest men I've ever known. And he is supremely talented. And this is also Nococon is Max Randolph Studios' first ever con. So it's going to be exciting. He's going to be a freshman con guest, and we will be helping him along. Myself, Katiosaurus, Hagu, Don Marshall, Kavatica, about a million other people that are awesome at Nococon.
And I look forward to seeing you all again.
I look forward to seeing you, buddy.
I love you.
Adorable. Look at that smile. You're so pretty.
Well, everybody, we're signing off here, and then remember, meet us at Nococon at Watertown, New York. And remember, stay creative, my friends.